What the fuck? Var det svenska? Gå tillbaka.
Hello
And welcome to
Ara
and
Felix.
Felix Reviews.
Yes.
And this time we're taking a look at the movie Stolen from 2012. It's directed by Simon West and stars
2012. Are you
2012. It's pretty new, and it stars Nicolas Cage.
Sure? Right.
Nicolas Cage is this bank robber who robs banks with his team, and then one time it goes wrong and he gets in jail. And the movie then takes place 8 years after, when one of his former teammates kidnaps his daughter and wants money. So, what did you think of the movie?
The movie was overall. It's very easy to predict what's going to happen. There are many cliches.
If you watch one action movie like ever, you can kind of easily predict how this movie is gonna not only end, but just how the entire movie is gonna form out. You can just guess, okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay, it's gonna end like that. And
It's not very original.
at all, actually.
It's very unoriginal.
You can guess everything. That made me think it was so boring because it brought nothing new to the table in action movie. The action wasn't even that great. One time she was trying to get like a cell phone and the car stopped slow, but it's like the physics doesn't really work out. The telephone just flew out the window.
No, and there are some flaws in the story. Like the main character, he's a free man, and he is suspected for intruding FBI information.
Mm.
Then they just start shooting at him.
Wow, vad skönt. Vad fan var då?
The cops always suspect him for anything. He just get out of jail after 8 years. The cops are on him. They like talk to him. They don't have anything on it. Just curious.
They are guessing very, very accurate.
And when like I said, when the story needs them to go to one place, they automatically just guess a correct place and they go there. When the story don't want them to, they can't find them ever. They're like the
yeah,
worst. So the cops are so badly made, and you're supposed to like feel for the cop characters, like two partners. I have no idea what the names are.
no, yeah, I still don't know what the
Yeah,
names are.
and they got so much screen time and they didn't do anything in the movie. The story aside, an action movie doesn't really, in my opinion, need to have that original story. If it can have something else, so maybe good characters or maybe just good action. And
I agree.
like we said, the action it's kind of underwhelming. It's standard, or even maybe low standard. But the thing that I think was the worst thing about the movie is the characters are so boring. There's not a single character in the entire movie that I can like, oh, that's a good character. The main character. You have no idea what the only thing you know about this guy is he robs banks and he likes his daughter. But you have no idea. And the connection between him and his daughter is so artificial, doesn't feel real at all. Because you don't know anything about him. And then one thing I noticed, in the beginning with his 5 teammates, they all have names and all that. But then you're supposed to, they have like no personality themselves, and you're supposed to like know what the names are.
Yeah, they didn't introduce the other characters at all. Like you just didn't know what their names were. So when they talked about them, you had no clue who they were talking about later on.
Because they come up later in the story again. They're like,
They're
who's
like, oh,
Vincent?
yeah, Vincent.
Who's Hoyt? Oi, they're them. I didn't know that. They just didn't explain who they were. And that's a pretty major flaw in my opinion. The villain in the movie, his old partner who betrays him. It's like a carbon copy of Mission Impossible or any other action film with the, oh, it's someone in the team who's the bad guy twist. You've seen it a million times before. He's a pretty boring villain because he's nothing special. And I think that's the entire thing about this movie. It's nothing really special. The thing is, it's okay because it is like a substandard action movie, like you can watch on TV. Maybe if you don't, it's like it's nothing really special about it. The movie it brings nothing new, but it takes a lot of things from other action movies. Like I said, even the name, I think Stolen sounds pretty much. Also, the concept of the movie Stolen and even the title is pretty similar to the movie Taken, which also is a daughter kidnapped.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, maybe you took a bit from
However, there is one big plus. in the movie, Nicolas Cage actually tried to speak Swedish.
Our language.
Hallå?
Det är jag.
Jag pratar svenska så någonting händer. Ska vi träffas på vanliga stället?
Ja, 15 minuter.
This is a part of the flaws in the movie. We had no idea why they talked Swedish.
Because one of the actors, Malin Ackerman, is from Sweden, and maybe they just thought, oh, it's a fun thing to talk Swedish.
Yeah,
maybe it could
without
have been
any
like that.
real reason.
So, what would you grade it?
So the grades, well, let me begin. I am going to grade these...
Stolen? What are you giving Stolen?
Stolen. I'm going to grade Stolen G-. And that is because basically it is a movie, it has a plot, it has somewhat of different characters, and this is somewhat of a basic action movie. It's actually very, very, very average at best. It fulfills the need of an action movie, but it's definitely nothing more at all, nothing you will remember 2 days later that you ever have watched it. And that is why it's sufficient to get a G. It's not, it didn't fail to get a G. It just barely reached it. That's why it's a G-.
Okay, let me grade it. And funnily enough, I'm gonna give Stolen the exact same rating, G-.
High five.
High five. And I agree to most of your things. It's blatant, the story is nothing original, the characters are awful, even the action isn't...
It's so bland.
It's
the whole story is so bland.
It's bland. It's like every action movie you ever saw, pieces from that in one movie, so it brings nothing new to the table. It's like, I think when they made the movie, the director like took a chart from different action movies, like that's a cool thing to have, that's a cool thing to have, and just put it and like do everything from that. That's probably how it was, like a cash grab. And yes, it is boring, and I never want to watch it again. I can't really recommend it, but the thing is, it's serviceable. As in standard action movie, it's okay.
If you really need an action movie,
barely okay,
and you don't want to have any type of preference, you just want to have just plain old classic action movie that most people would just say, it's fine, nothing more. Then
this is the movie.
Your movie.
It's one of the movies. It's nothing special about it. It's one of those movies.
It's beginning to sound like we are actually recommending movies.
Thanks for watching.
And
please rate and subscribe. And
comment. Favorite, you can't favorite it anymore because...
You can't favorite anything.
No,
I think you can. I do it sometimes.
Alright, maybe you can. Yes, you can. Actually, you can.
Okay, and we see you next time on R. Felix Reviews. However, reviews. Bra, nu kör vi riktigt. That's best.